So when you talk about balance, so it's good that you talk about like the things that, developed countries have that is good, like the system, the structure, everything that is good.
Yeah.
But the first line you talk about was balance. I think you haven't really explained what you mean by that.
Oh, yeah. So if I was to unpack that, maybe let's go like a step by step, sort of. Let's start with, and these are just generally my opinions and things that I observe. I might not be 100% correct in them. So disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer,
disclaimer alert. I am not an expert. English is not my first language. So sometimes I might describe something not using the exact word. So again,
is your first language Swahili?
Swahili is actually my second.
Okay, what's the first language then?
It's Kikuyu.
Kikuyu.
Okay. Kikuyu. I'm a Kikuyu.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know any Kikuyu, by the way?
Yeah, I think Richard is with Kikuyu as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, Richard. Oh, our friend Richard.
Yeah,
he's a mixture, actually. He's a mixture of two languages.
All right, so
let's start with my most pressing issue when I say balance is when I notice, like, economically, there are things that a country like Kenya and many other African countries could borrow a lot from America, right? In terms of the economic part of development, of just how things are and how economically developed people are, leave alone. For instance, here's a quick example. If you're in Kenya, and when I say Kenya, it could be many, maybe even in Nigeria, you might share in this example. If you're like driving down a very premium estate, like down the beach, a huge beach, and there's like an expensive house somewhere on top of the hill, most likely who owns that piece of property or that hotel? The premium
politician?
Could be a politician, a fast family. Like it goes without saying. See, you just picked it. Which tells you that the normal or the individual citizen in the country or in a country, in an average African country, you can already tell that the people are not like that much economically developed. The space is not equal for people. That's why you can pinpoint who. While as soon as you land in America, if you are driving down a beach, any other beach or the most top high-end VIP beach, it's not given who owns the most expensive piece of property, for instance. That tells you a lot. Like economic, even then here, you could be anything,
Right.
Those are some of the things I've really liked. And I wish we could like borrow where we get to that space where you can be anything. And that humbles you. When you get here, it humbles you. Like back home, only maybe a politician's son could own, or a politician's child or family could own ABCD. But here, you could just be selling your own bed sheets. But if you work hard enough, you own whatever it is that you want to own. So in that sense, things work here. So, and that is like economically, social part of it. Where I have a problem with the balance and where I feel like I could get a lot of things from back home and bring here, and where I think balance lacks, is what I would call the quality of life. And what I mean by that is, I've now come to America how many times? My fourth? I think it's my fourth.
Right.
Since like I first started, when you first come, you don't notice some things.
Right.
The more you keep coming, the more, even the first excitement, you kind of now hold back and go like, oh, wait a minute, you start to learn some things of just how things happen, how things work. And the one thing that has been constant is the quality of life of the people of first world, or America falls in the first world. In that people can, sometimes you go back and I'm like, fine, if you are that economically developed, you are the definition of human freedom, because there can't be any other, like this is America. You can be whatever you are allowed to say. You have so much space to be whatever it is that you want to be. Politically, like you have so much space to be you, right? But even after all that, the quality of life of just the human touch, that human connectivity, whatever it is that I think defines human happiness, that one true love that human beings should share, that one connectivity, I feel like that is more important to define a society than just economic success and infrastructure and technology. All those things might be there, but if eventually they don't make people of a society happy and advance their quality of life, like how happy are you? How human touch that you share amongst yourselves, if they don't end up leading there, then I hold back and I'm like, then what are we doing? Why? You know, sometimes when they say the end justifies the means, then when I go back, I'm like, okay, what can we do different? Fine, we want to develop. Every third world, every developing country, maybe eventually you want to head to the first world. Are we able to like sieve out and go like, that is the first world, but we don't want to have the same statistics of mental health, the quality of mental health of their young people. One thing that I notice, even on my way here, something that I notice is even just the street energy, you know, the street vibe energy in Africa, especially of young people. I don't see it here.
Right.
Some of those things, they're just not here. People are so busy. Zeke, you guys are so busy.
Yeah, people work a lot.
People work a lot here. And maybe that's the cost of developing or living in a first world. There has to be a cost to it, right?
Right.
I would assume. It goes without saying.
Yeah, I think it's the cost. I think America, and I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I mean, because I went to visit my brother in London. I mean, it's also a busy country as well.
I know.
But, it's a socialist country, and they have more services and they have more programs that help people. That I remember seeing a lot of men at home, and my brother was telling me that men in London that have more kids, maybe 2 or 3 kids, will make more money if the wife works and the men stay at home. As a male, you get more money. So it's a socialist country where America is not a socialist country. It's a capitalist.
It's a capitalist.
Yeah, so capitalist, I think, from what you're explaining, I think it's kind of comes down to the cost of being a capitalist country because America, you know, it's about profit and hard work.
I get that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people should not work.
No, I get what I'm
just saying that there should be like a balance where after all this development, I feel like sometimes people get so busy and so caught up into the rat race of the first world. That's what I call it. That you even forget to enjoy the things that you've created. You guys have the most beautiful parks, the most beautiful roads. People
we pay for it with tax money.
I get that. What I'm saying is, which is why I said the quality of life. People are so busy to even enjoy those parks. Do you get where I'm going?
That's what we're saying. So because we're so busy trying to make money.
Yeah. So and eventually that pace, that the go of the first world of America, that go where everyone is always in the go to go do something, the cost of the first world, you lose the human touch. It kind of just fades away.
So you're saying like you don't get the
the balance.
Yeah, you don't get like the street people. You don't get the street.
Just the energy, you know, just the energy where I wish there could be that balance where we have worked hard, we have all these things. Couldn't like calm down just so that you just don't exist. I don't believe in being so busy or being caught up in this capitalistic endeavor. You're so caught up that all now you do is just exist to pay bills. Like if you evaluate, like if you wake up, between waking up and when you go to bed, it's all about bills. I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that. You literally don't even have time to just be a human being, to just chill, to be.
That's where
you exist. You end up existing and not living. I don't want to exist. I want to live, you know. But when all is said and done, I don't want to exist. I want to live.